Since you guys seem to like my last ramen hack video so much, here's 5 more for you. I'm just gonna put something on. First up is the flavor bomb, the cured egg yolk. We're gonna start off with 4 whole, really fresh eggs.
No, I'm not gonna juggle the eggs. That's a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Oh, I already broke one. It's okay, we gotta crack them.
Separate the egg whites and the egg yolks into 2 separate bowls.
Aw, that yolk broke already.
Now to prevent more eggs from breaking, we're going to add 200 milliliters worth of soy sauce and about 50 milliliters worth of mirin into a small container.
I know a lot of you guys can't have sake, so if you can't, use just a touch of vinegar and it's gonna be okay. Rice vinegar in particular.
In this case, I am using sake, and I am using an undisclosed amount because Paul just decided to dump the rest of it in there. Make sure you give this a taste though.
Woo!
Remember, this is basically like making a ramen egg, but with only egg yolks. That's why you want to make sure that you test your soak, so that way if it's too salty, you can add a touch of water to help dilute it. Now crack the eggs into a separate bowl, then separate the egg yolks from the egg whites and gently place them into that bath. By doing it this way, we don't run into the issue of potentially cracking all of our eggs like we did earlier. I did 5 egg yolks here, but just make sure you don't overcrowd the bath.
This is just gonna be 5 egg whites and 1 whole egg for snack later. Maybe I'll make an egg sandwich. That'd be delicious.
To make sure that these egg yolks are fully submerged and covered, take yourself a small paper towel, place it on top of that very gently and let it absorb some of that liquid. This is going to help make sure that they're fully submerged. Place this in the fridge for about 4 hours. I ended up having to remake a batch because I forgot them for like 2 or 3 days and they turned into complete jam, but these have only been in the fridge for about 4 hours.
I want to save this as the topper for the final bowl of ramen, so we're gonna keep this in here and I'm gonna show you what the other 2 look like that ended up staying in the sauce for like 3 days. These 2 were the original ones that I had made, but they just stayed in there for way too long. This is legit egg yolk jam. Look at that egg yolk. So this we're gonna save for later. I'm just gonna eat this for breakfast, not gonna lie, on some toast.
The next hack is peanut butter ramen. Yes, peanut butter ramen.
Honestly, this next one is one of my favorites because I am a big fan of what is in my throat. I just ate a spoonful of peanut butter in it. It's right here. This is one of my favorites because I'm a big fan of peanut butter. I'm gonna die.
After he figures his life out, grab yourself 1 or 2 giant spoonfuls of peanut butter. Honestly, this is totally up to you as to how much you use, but once you figured out your life with peanut butter, add a squirt worth of soy sauce, followed by your hot sauce of choice, and I'm just using some sriracha. Mix this together until it's fully combined into this beautiful, spicy, salty peanut butter paste. And that's it. Don't eat this, just at least taste it. Make sure you like it.
Spicy, salty, slightly sweet. What's fun about this stuff is you can use this 2 different ways.
You can use this 2 different ways, and the first way I'm going to show you is by taking some of your ramen broth, adding it to a big spoonful of your peanut butter sauce, followed by all of the mix-ins with your ramen, so whatever those may be. In this case, I had a bit of dried vegetables and some of the ramen base. Mix that together until it was fully combined, and then dump in just your ramen noodles, no additional water, into your bowl with your sauce. Mix it all together and then top it off with some crushed peanuts.
I love peanut ramen.
Everyone loves peanut ramen, or they should love peanut ramen.
Sweet, salty, creamy, so freaking good, especially if you don't want a lot of broth.
The second way of using this peanut sauce is actually in my 5-minute ramen hack video in the description down below, so make sure you check that out too. Okay, hear me out. Kraft Singles on your ramen.
Next up is the cheesy ramen. This one is super simple and it basically tastes like a ramen mac and cheese, which is so much better than it sounds, or as good as it sounds.
Now take your brick of ramen, drop it into your boiling water, and then you wait. Do your little happy dance while you wait for your ramen noodles to cook, and this is the extent of this.
Once those noodles are done, we're gonna take this off the heat and drain out like half of the water. I have very little water left in this, and there's a reason for that.
Now do the same thing. Dump in any seasonings that came along with your ramen pack because you don't want to waste those.
Come on, Kraft Singles, come on.
Hey, don't hate on Kraft Singles. I love Kraft Singles. They're amazing. They're my childhood.
You can also use like cheddar cheese or something. Use whatever cheese you want.
Maybe not whatever cheese you want. Don't throw some blue cheese in here. That might be a little funky. Throw in your cheese of choice, in this case Kraft Singles. We're using 1 slice directly into that broth, into that liquid to melt it down. Place this into your bowl and then we get to top it off.
Come on.
Of course we're doing a second slice of Kraft Singles. Otherwise, how do you get a good picture for the thumbnail and for Instagram? Just let the residual heat melt it.
If you want to be extra, you can torch this.
We're not using the flamethrower to melt this, but give it a taste.
It legitimately tastes like mac and cheese.
And now for the reduced soy sauce flavor bomb. You're gonna need yourself a large saute pan and along with 200 milliliters worth of water. Before talking about the bonito, place your water into a pan that actually works with induction. Grab a small spoonful of your Hondashi granules, place that into the pan over a medium heat and make sure it's fully dissolved. After that's fully dissolved, add in 30 milliliters or 2 tablespoons worth of mirin directly into that, followed by about 30 grams worth of sugar into your dashi stock. Next up, we're gonna be using some tamari, or you can just use regular light soy sauce. I don't know why he decides to pour soy sauce into into a container like this, but you are going to need 250 milliliters worth of your soy sauce of choice. Place this into your pan with all of your other ingredients and stir to combine.
Now we wait again. Don't worry, none of these hacks should take you more than like 15 minutes. Except for the egg yolks. All right, so some of them will take you longer than 15 minutes, fine.
Tangents aside, make sure your sauce comes to a nice simmer, and then do not walk away from this because it can burn very easily once it starts simmering.
This happens very quickly once it starts boiling, so don't walk away from this. You walk away from caramel, you got burnt sugar.
After it's simmered for around 10 to 15 minutes and has reduced quite a bit, grab a spoon that was placed in the freezer that I did place ahead of time and didn't tell you guys about, just to test the viscosity of your sauce. This should be thicker than a maple syrup. Give it a taste and make sure that you take all of that nice sauce and place it into a heat-proof container to cool down. You don't want to eat this right away while it's still super hot, otherwise you're just going to burn your tongue off. After it's cooled down, it's going to be super syrupy.
Now that we have all of our hacks ready to go, we're going to make the ultimate bowl of ramen. And to make that ultimate bowl of ramen, I'm using Vite Ramen's new version 3. This is their brand new flavor profile that is supposed to be so much more robust than the other one. 500 calories, 30 grams of protein, and about 70 grams of carbohydrates with 7 to 8 grams of fiber per pack. This is a full meal on its own. If you wanted to, you could have this by itself without adding any of these other hacks to it. I eat Vite Ramen stuff at least twice a week, which I eat a lot of ramen, but it's really that good and it fits my macros throughout the day. And remember, use that link down below to save 10% off your entire order. Thank you to Vite Ramen for sponsoring today's video. Let's dig into this bowl of ramen.
With our hacks combined, we are Captain Ramen. That was really bad, I apologize. Grab your ramen of choice, place it into your boiling water. In this case, I am using Vite Ramen.
I've been waiting all day for this to be delivered and I'm really, really hungry.
Taste the questionable powder right out of the packet.
That's really good, guys. Inhaled it.
Add your seasonings to the water.
Squirted half of whatever this is all over the cutting board. Awesome.
Now that your seasonings are in and or around your pot, take a raw egg, crack it directly into the liquid, and this is another hack.
Okay, we got our bowl ready. Plate this sucker up. I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. So hungry. Ah.
That raw egg in there only takes about 2 minutes to fully poach in this liquid.
Now I want to try this without any additions first. This is a lot more pork flavored porky than the first one was, so cheers.
If you did crack a raw egg in there, be very gentle when you go ahead and ladle this out, otherwise you can break that poached egg. Gently place all of your ramen and your broth along with that egg into your bowl of choice. Then we are obviously going to top this with a Kraft Singles slice, followed by a nice spoonful of our peanut butter as a flavor bomb versus being directly in the broth. Slide over your Kraft Singles because you can do that with Kraft Singles, place your cured egg yolk right on top, then grab some of that beautiful syrupy soy sauce umami sauce bomb thing, drizzle as much as you want over the top of it.
You see where a squeeze bottle would have come in handy? Yeah.
And there it is, the ultimate college student ramen.
I am so looking forward to this. There is so much going on in this bowl right now. Then you got that jammy egg. Just gonna stir this in there. Oh my God, look at this. Everything actually works really well together, even the peanut butter, which I had my doubts with everything else here. I want you guys to try to do one of these hacks. Let me know how you like them. Just pick one and go from there. Check out Vite Ramen at the links below for 10% off. My name is Chef PK, and remember, keep playing with your food.